You're from Saturday Night Live. You're Joe
I'm Danny Berman. This chump was gonna show you some previews for a new gangster movie called Johnny Dangerously. Check this out. Does this jerk look like a real gangster to you? He looks like Michael Keaton to me.
I love Johnny t-shirts. I love Johnny.
Believe it or not, everybody loves this guy. Broads love him.
I'm not wearing a bra, Johnny.
That makes two of us. Oh, you got what you had left, Ma.
His mother loves him.
I love him, but someday I'm gonna knock him on his...
We should spend some time together.
The DA loves him.
Say, 2 weeks in Puerto Rico.
You got fire. Bird.
The new torch singer loves him.
You got those. I like those on them.
Little babies love him.
Oh, wait.
The warden loves him.
Johnny, it's an honor to have you on death row.
Ah, don't be silly. Pleasure's all mine.
Even the Pope loves him.
Build yourself a new gym at the Vatican, huh?
Well, this is one guy who ain't got no love for this phony. You shouldn't hang me on a hook. My father hung me on a hook once. Well, Johnny's busted my chops for the last time.
Gee, he looked like a terrific guy to me.
Oops.
Michael Keaton,
Joe Piscopo,
Danny DeVito,
Dom
Mary Lou
DeLuise,
Henner,
Peter Boyle,
Maureen Stapleton,
Griffin Dunn,
Dennis O'Connor,
Richard Dimitri,
Alan Hale
Ray
Jr.
Walston.
See Johnny Dangerously.
Welcome to day 4 of Michael Keaton Month, where I'll be talking about all the movies that Michael Keaton has made pretty much ever. And today we're going to be talking about Johnny Dangerously, early 80s comedy that I really didn't have much hope for in terms of it being any good. It didn't look that great, the concept didn't sound that great, but I really enjoyed this one. It was released on the 21st of December 1984, and the tagline for this movie was, "Wanted, Michael Keaton for being wacky, outrageous and rude in the new hit comedy." And it's basically a gangster send-up movie. Michael Keaton plays a character called Johnny Kelly. As the film opens, we see he's running a pet shop, and he catches this boy who's trying to steal, I think he's trying to steal a pet, which in itself kind of sets the tone for the film. And he stops the kid and he sits him down and he tells him the whole story of his past kind of life of crime as Johnny Dangerously. And we see him growing up in New York as a kid with you know, he's got an Irish mother, and you know they're struggling, you know, they're poor, and he's basically as a kid trying to do everything he can to support his mother and his brother and everything, and he ends up kind of being unwillingly drawn into a life of crime by this kind of crime boss who kind of enlists his help even as a young kid, and brings him in to kind of, you know, do his deeds, and then eventually he grows up to be Johnny Dangerously. It's kind of like the gangster around town kind of thing, but no one really knows, you know, his mother and his brother don't know that he's Johnny Dangerously, that kind of thing. And really it's just a complete farce. I mean, I thought that it would be, I don't know, it just didn't seem like the tone was going to be that right from reading the plot and everything, but when I watched the film, I totally got what they were going for as soon as it started, and I was like, ah, this is going to be good. It's got a real kind of, I don't even know how you categorize it, but Leslie Nielsen feel to it. You know, Naked Gun, Airplane, that kind of thing. Maybe not to that degree, but there's certainly a lot of that elements to it. You know, very physical kind of slapstick comedy, and you know, visual gags and stuff like that. There's this there's this crime boss, I forget his name now, Maroney maybe, and I guess he's supposed to be kind of Eastern Asian, and he's always swearing but using kind of broken English, so that it's not really swearing, like "you fargin ice hole," "you cocksucker." So that's kind of really childish but funny. And there's just some great stuff in this. I really enjoyed it. Michael Keaton was great. He's kind of sending up James Cagney, that kind of a character, very suave. All the ladies love him, and he's kind of the man about town, very cocky and stuff. And his brother Tommy took an opposite kind of life path to him and has become a lawyer. So that crops up later on, and problems arise from there. The main villain is played by Joe Piscopo, Danny Vermin, who was actually a childhood kind of nemesis of Johnny, if you will, at the beginning of the movie when they're trying to deliver papers on the same spot. And Danny kind of comes into, you know, Johnny's gang basically, and Johnny's crime ring, I guess you could say. And the guy who enlisted Johnny at the beginning of the film when he was just a kid is still around, but then kind of steps down, so Johnny becomes kind of like the head honcho, I guess you could say. in New York. So Danny has got to kind of answer to Johnny, but obviously he wants a bit more than that, and that's again where problems arise and stuff. But it's just a really funny movie. In particular, Michael Keaton's mother in the film, Ma Kelly, just called Ma, played by Maureen Stapleton, who's probably most famous for all the Cocoon movies. She was hilarious. Just the fact that she looked about, I don't know, 50 in the opening of the film when Johnny's still a kid, and she's like, I hope I reach 30. And then, you know, she's just hilarious throughout the whole film. There's so many great lines and just funny kind of, again, visual gags and stuff. I really enjoyed it. I love the kind of 30s. I don't know if I mentioned that. This takes place in the 30s, I believe. Just that kind of style is really funny. Danny DeVito also makes an appearance as some other cool cameos. And just, yeah, just great little sight gags. You know, like there's a newspaper headline, "Who is Johnny Dangerously?" and it's like a picture that looks pretty much just like Sylvester Stallone. This came out during the height of the Rocky movies and stuff. Just seeing if there's any trivia that I could mention that's interesting. Nothing of worthy note really. Dom DeLuise plays the Pope in a brief cameo. Ray Walston plays a vendor in a very cool cameo that kind of, we keep coming back to it throughout the film, and it's kind of a really funny running gag. Yeah, that's about it really. No more kind of, yes, during the graduation scene, Ma Kelly does pull a vibrator out of her purse. But I love Keaton in this. He pulled off the kind of cocky, kind of almost sleazy Johnny quite well. He had a female love interest, and she was good as well. Very enjoyable movie. I highly recommend it if you're just a fan of kind of fun, kind of you know, wacky comedies. Again, probably not as wacky as say Naked Gun, or you know, it hadn't really honed that kind of style to perfection, you know, the visual stuff and the sight gags, but it's definitely along those lines, and you know, not as good as those, but really enjoyable and surprised me a lot, you know. Very good movie, Johnny Dangerously. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you tomorrow.
I'm not wearing a bra, Johnny.
That makes two of us.